Sometimes life happens in a flash. The good times, the bad, and then there are years of love, learning, and anguish in between. Scott and Susie Adams met in March of 1990 and were married not quite 2 months later. A brilliant flash of love that ignited a forever relationship. This is the story of Scott Adams. Welcome to I'm Coming Home, a special 3-part edition of Operation Build. I love seeing how the two of you light up when you talk about each other. And Susie, you had said, what was the time frame from the first date to when you tied the knot?
We met on March 30th and got married May 25th. And we're about to celebrate 26 years.
Amazing.
Ask her how I asked her to marry me. I was in trouble.
He was. It was, the question was, what are you doing Memorial Weekend? I said, I don't know, probably working. Why? Want to get married?
Scott was in the U.S. Army when they met. A few years later, he signed on with the Active Guard Reserve, deployed at various locations over the next 20 years. In 2006, Scott was deployed to Iraq. Earlier the following year, while on patrol, his Humvee was struck by anti-tank mines, laced with white phosphorus.
Got up at 5:30, went to work. We knew we had missions going out and had to make sure they were all tactically and ready to go, had all their equipment. We rode the vehicles heavy that day because the commander wanted to do 2 missions in one. So when we get out to the vehicles, I open the door and the first sergeant's sitting there. And I told him he has to move because we're having 5 in every vehicle, which means all the seats are taken up and there's nowhere for the gunner to drop down in case of emergency now. So he needs to move to the other side because sitting over the passenger seat behind the front passenger, we call that the hot seat because the fuel tank's there. And I couldn't have the first sergeant sit there in case something happened. And we rolled out of the convoy after we did our test fires, and 5 minutes into the convoy, the driver swerved to miss a pothole, and in doing so, he hit another pothole and bounced the rear of the vehicle back around, and the tire I was sitting over the fuel tank hit that pothole, and I had 2 anti-tank mines in it laced with white phosphorus.
And Susie, who had dedicated her life to helping other military wives survive their worst nightmares, was now the one badly in need of a friend.
Got the phone call, and all the calls are routed through Fort Snelling, so it came up as, 612-713-1000. Never forget the number. And I picked up the phone, and I was like, oh, hey, babe. And they're like, I need to speak with Carolyn Adams. And I'm like, this is she. And they're like, this is Casualty Affairs, and we're calling to notify you that your husband was injured. They said he was critical. I couldn't talk. I dropped the phone.
Weeks later, Scott woke up from a medically induced coma at Brooke Army Medical Center to see his wife and 3 teenage sons at his bedside. He suffered burns over 92% of his body, multiple spinal fractures, and severe damage to his shoulders and legs. It's hard to imagine how he survived. After that fateful explosion, Army veteran Scott Adams had to endure painful skin grafts, multiple surgeries, and even had to learn how to walk once more. Eventually, the family moved to Minnesota, where they were finally able to buy their first home. Their sons, Scott Jr., Dustin, and Zachary, all now in their 20s, all live together here, supporting each other.
My daily responsibilities around the house, pretty much help do the dishes every now and again, or if it's something that Dad can't move, little handy dandy stuff that needs to be done around,
He takes it day by day. That's all you can do. So, he tries to spend as much time as he can with us to make up for the lost time that he wasn't here.
The father-son relationship is kind of like an equal. We take care of each other, and there's more stuff for me to do now that he's gotten injured than there was before.
He always walks around the house in pain. He tries to hide it. He's not very good at hiding it.
To put it harshly and bluntly, I don't believe he's going to live as long as I would expect him to.
Scott still struggles with pain and mobility issues and also enduring emotional scars.
You go through stages. All veterans go through stages, and depression, anger, anxiety. There's like 7 of them. The thing I've learned is you will never outrun one of them, and you'll always go back to one of them.
Operation Build I'm Coming Home is proud to be right here in St. Bonifacius, Minnesota, or as the locals call it, St. Bonnie. And we're here to support the Scott Adams family. First, we're going to attack the master bath, which needs to be made safer for our deserving veteran. The latest census lists a population of 2,283 in St. Bonifacius, Minnesota. Now it's time to get to work. I'm going to toss it to my co-host, Andrew Dan Jumbo, Operation Build's top construction expert.
Thanks, Laura. One of the main issues Scott has at home is taking a shower. With his limited mobility, it's difficult for him to get in and out of this old relic in their master bathroom. So we're very excited because today on Operation Build, we have Marty Rasmussen, and he is the president of Rebath, and this is the company that's going to help us do some magic in Scott and Susie's bathroom. Marty, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Rebath, what exactly is it that you do?
Well, Rebath has been in the bathroom remodeling business since 1979. In fact, we've remodeled over 1 million bathrooms and counting.
Wow.
We have 125 locations across the country, and we're just pleased to be a part of this project.
So Rebath as a technology, it comes in and you gut an existing bathroom, or is it you go over existing surfaces? How does that work?
It's a good question, Andrew. We actually don't cover up anything. We are what we call a remove and replace bathroom company. And so what we do is we remove everything, and we'll tear everything out right down to the studs in the subfloor to make sure that we can inspect the entire bathroom, and then we'll put in all new materials up from the very beginning of the project all the way to the end, and we make sure that everything meets local building codes.
So this is in effect a full bathroom remodel, right down to the studs, but it's done in a more timely fashion, so you can cut down on the normal time by what would you say?
Well, our typical project is just 3 to 5 days.
That's it?
That's it. Most contractors take anywhere from 3 weeks to 5 weeks to do the same amount of work.
So obviously Scott received some serious injuries when he was fighting in the Iraq War, and I know he has some mobility issues. So what exactly are you going to do to address those issues and Susie's needs in the bathroom?
Yeah, it's a good question. So there's a couple of things that we're really focused on for Scott. One is we're going to make sure that we have the universal height toilet that's going to be easier for him to be able to use. In the shower area, what we're going to do is we're going to be installing an 18-inch wide bench that he's going to be able to use, whether to set his foot on, to stabilize himself, or even to sit down. But in addition to that, we have 8 different grab bars that we're going to be installing in different places throughout the shower and outside the bathroom area. And they're beautiful pieces of art, really. And in fact, instead of those institutional-looking grab bars that you see in a lot of hospitals and even older homes today, these are gorgeous pieces. In fact, most people never even know that they're there for safety.
So Marty, looks like you guys are off to a great start. I can see they've got a lot of work done already in there. Is this one of the full sheets of the product?
This is actually most of a sheet. This is about 2/3 of the sheet of the natural stone product.
Yeah, so and this is actually a natural stone.
It is, it's real stone.
It's cut this thin.
It's 3/16 of an inch thick, and then it's laminated with recycled aluminum and a plastic polymer.
This is it right here.
This is it.
So Marty, tell me about this thing. It's a serious weapon.
So this is a special caulking machine that we use to make sure that we put down the right amount of adhesive on the walls prior to actually installing the stone product.
So this is what's used to glue this to the wall?
It is, yeah. And it's a specially formulated adhesive that we actually developed in conjunction with a chemical company many years ago that we use for this product and other products that we've manufactured.
So what's gone on here so far? You came in, you stripped out the old was it fiberglass base here?
Yeah, there used to be a 4-foot fiberglass shower stall right where you're standing, and then off to your right was a built-in linen closet. So we came in, tore all of that out, stripped everything down to the studs and the subfloor, floor. We installed new sheetrock.
Yeah, so reframed in, put the sheetrock on.
Reframed new sheetrock. We installed new lighting, special LED vapor-proof lighting.
I think these are the waterproof fixtures?
They are, to make sure that it's nice and bright for Scott when he's in here.
And you've come a long way. You've got a lot done. And so you've got some of the valve, the shower control valve in place.
Yep.
So it's fairly easy to cut if you have the right tools.
It is. In fact, like we actually are able to do all the fabrication right here on site in the customer's home or in their garage or their driveway.
Yeah.
To make sure that we can do all the special cuts, whether it be for the mosaic tile that we've been putting in here, and certainly the special round holes that for the lighting itself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, though you're not finished yet, I can get a sense of how this space is going to be. It feels very opulent, like a lot more upscale with this stone finish. I can't imagine Susie's going to be unhappy with this. It's absolutely beautiful.
We hope she's going to love it.
And you're going to bring this mosaic detail right the way through?
All the way through, from the corner over here all the way into the shower area and then outside to the wall here.
Amazing, amazing. Well, when you're done here, I have a house you can work on. That'll be mine. So
We'd love to.
I'm not going to hold you up, so I'm going to go this way.
Sounds good.
That's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. And if you know anyone facing a challenge or anyone who's in need or recovering from a negative life circumstance, we hope you'll email us. Operation Build is ready to take on challenging new missions every day. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Until next time, I'm Laura Shera. Army veteran Scott Adams suffers from chronic pain. After serving a distinguished 20 years in numerous deployments, he wound up in Iraq in January of 2007. While on patrol one day, his Humvee was hit by anti-tank mines laced with white phosphorus.
Our vehicle blew up. It supposedly, according to what the people behind us told me, it went about 6 feet in the air, came down, driver saved it. Everybody got out fine, except for me. I was blown straight up, the turret ring above me. It caught me right across the back of my neck and pretty much incapacitated me. My team did everything they were supposed to. They conducted accountability, set up security, noticed I was in the vehicle while I was fully engulfed and everything, but when they didn't realize I was covered in all the diesel and they came over to rescue me and opened the door, all that fire came in and it just lit me up like a candle. So I fell out of the vehicle and I just started running, and I remember the screaming really well. I still have some dreams about it.
This is the story of Scott Adams.
Speechless. This is amazing. Absolutely incredible. I've sort of forgotten how it was before, but the after is just feels so special in this room. Remind me, what did we do? What was the order of events here in this space?
So what we did is originally there was a fiberglass shower surround that was in this corner, and over here there was a linen closet that was built in with stud walls. So we came in and we removed all of those pieces, including the stud walls, for the closet, and then we tore everything down to the studs and the subfloor, and then we started putting it all back together again.
That gave you the chance to address the plumbing issues, to move lights, put lights in where you need them, get all the rough work done, and then begin building this beautiful shower.
Yeah, it was a labor of love, obviously, for the work that we wanted to do here for Scott and Susie. It was really important that we did a bunch of different things. First of all, we incorporated this beautiful natural stone, added the design element for Susie because she was really interested in having something that'd be pleasing for her. Yeah. So we have the mosaic tile as well as the detail with the pencil trim here. And then we added some features just for Scott that we knew that he would appreciate because of some of his mobility issues. Yeah. And so we added some pieces like this, which is a beautiful design element, but it's really a grab bar in design.
I've not seen this before. It doesn't look like a grab bar. It looks like just an aesthetic item. It's very well disguised, so you don't have any sort of, it doesn't impact in a negative way to the design of the space. It really adds a lot more. I see you've got these pieces everywhere. They just, from Scott's perspective, I mean, obviously with any mobility issues that he deals with on a daily basis, this is going to make life so much easier.
And one of his requests were, so we came in, we replaced the vanity, went with a single piece countertop so that the sink is integrated into it. Obviously replaced the lighting here, the mirror as well, but then we incorporated some of the grab bars over here, so it's going to be easier for him to get on and off the universal height toilet and be able to get up and pull himself up and then move himself into the shower areas.
So, I mean, this is really thinking ahead as well. So for his future life in this space, it's really well thought out. I love the cohesive nature of it. I love this high belt line with the tile here. It really adds a lot of detail in it. The way that the material continues onto the floor, and it's a solid sheet, so there's no grout lines to worry about. There's nothing in there that that would be a maintenance issue for you. Just overall, this is absolutely incredible. You have outdone yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
So. Tell us a little bit about Rebath. When a customer wants to sort of contact you guys, you have a website, I'm assuming?
We do. It's rebath.com. So you can either contact us there or you can call 1-800-BATHTUB and simply enter your zip code, and that'll route you to the nearest locally owned franchise.
And then when you contact that franchise, they send out an expert into the field to come and meet with you, go over your design options and budget and things like that?
Yep, we have specially trained design consultants that'll come out and do a design consultation free for the customer. So we'll come out, we'll ask a bunch of questions, help identify the customer's ideas, their needs, and then create solutions for them. So give them a chance to be able to tell us what they're looking for in terms of style, colors, textures, and then we'll incorporate that into a final solution and present it back to them, and they'll have the chance to be able to put that project together.
Well, I'm sort of speechless. I can't wait for Scott and Susie to see this, and Susie's going to be blown away by the aesthetic and the design. Scott's going to love the functionality of it as well. Amazing. So, I mean, on behalf of Operation Build, you have outdone yourself. Thank you so much.
We're very grateful to be part of it.
This is amazing. You have to check this out.
Scott Adams greets every morning with a grim reminder of his days in Iraq with continuous pain. But as his day unfolds in the small town of St. Bonifacius, Minnesota, he is thankful to be alive, here with his wife Susie and their 3 children, Scott Jr., Dustin, and Zach. Scott's Humvee was blown to pieces by enemy fire in Iraq almost a decade ago. He suffered burns over almost his entire body, plus broken legs, spinal fractures, and crushed shoulders. If not for the support of a group called Pain Free Patriots, the situation could become unbearable for him and his family.
It's all done by private donation grants, and if it wasn't for the great donors that provide the money for us to get the treatment, I'd probably be lying on this couch right now and not sitting here talking to you. So they're amazing people, and I praise them and thank them for everything they've done and continue to do for me, because it's not, again, just me. It's helping my family, it's helping my mood, and it's helping her and I be able to get out and do more.
This is the story of Scott Adams.
We just have to turn around.
Yes.
And walk into your new bathroom.
This isn't our bathroom.
Oh, it certainly is. You might feel like you're at a spa resort.
Oh my
However,
gosh.
you are in your bathroom.
This is mind-blowing. No way!
Go in, I want to see.
They like it.
Yes, I think they like it.
This is awesome.
No, this is classy. You come in from whatever day you had, and as soon as you see this, and it just transforms into a spa. I mean, it's
You know you're going to be
It blows your
relaxing
mind.
down there.
and there's no door. I love there's no glass.
Yes.
We can have the guys from Rebath come on in here.
This is Scott and Susie. This is Marty.
Thank you so much. Oh, that's like
I hope you like it.
Like
Love it. We absolutely love it.
This is like
It's
two
just-
separate rooms, and it makes you see you again, buddy.
Hey there, how are you? This is amazing. I mean, this is fucking